Just a few days ago, I released the final AST article onto Reddit, and I considered that to be the true end of the series. But why? I'll give you my experiences as to how we got here. One of my earliest videos on the channel was an episode called News with Noshiro. The aim was to cover Adeline news in a style reminiscent of British broadcast programmes. After a few months and 3 more episodes, I was thinking of another way to present news in a way that would boost my very small channel's reach. After much experimentation and 2 more NWN episodes, in February 2022, I uploaded to Reddit the first edition of the An Shan Times, based on the then upcoming event Abyssal Refrain. The initial focus was on the background and Easter eggs each of the ships had. By now, I had stopped using no-show videos, and this was meant to be a spiritual successor. By the way, you might wonder why I called it the An Shan Times. I tend to name my Angeline sub-series projects after ships that I liked. At around the same time, An Shan not only received the retrofit, but also the skin that made her one of my favourites at that time. Also, it just rolls off the tongue nicely, doesn't it? The second article, however, was quite a bit different from the first. Firstly, this was tied to a rerun event, Aurora Noctis. The main point that was trying to be emphasised was that, for those who wanted Perseus, you're in luck! At around that time as well, I also uploaded a short video to my YouTube featuring Perseus in an advertisement style, so it served a secondary purpose for that too. Where things really take a turn is with AST3. This is where I finally figured out what I wanted to do with the series. There's both a written and a video version of it for the first time, and a large focus was on condensing information into a couple slides. Evidently, it worked. This was the most popular news-related project I did for Adeline, both for the video and article. It was at that point where things stabilised. For the next 1 year and 10 articles, that same formula was repeated. Compose an article for Reddit and a video for YouTube. Every time there'd be a slight change in presentation. Cool. So what's up now? Well, time is a massive factor in creating them. Most of my articles are about the Japanese streams, which typically happen around 12 PM UK time. When I am free, it is a great day to get those done. The problem was, especially during 2023, I wasn't completely free during those times. It's worth mentioning that I use Canva for making these articles, just like the thumbnails. That meant that even though I was busy, as long as I had my phone with me, I could always tab in and make the articles in secret. But not only was it not ideal, it was also exhausting to do, as my attention was effectively split 3 ways. You also notice that in November that year, I experimented with different video styles. First, prior was Poor Report, and the other being a News No Show reboot. You can see I was trying to experiment with other styles again, because by this point, it was getting very repetitive. In February this year, I announced that by August, the An Shan Times would finally come to an end. This was not only because of the issues listed above, but also because I wanted to dedicate time to other games. You might have seen that this year I've done quite a few more videos and shorts on other games, and I do plan to continue with that. I've also had a hard time getting things done as of late, as you can tell by the lower upload frequency this year. Not being bound by time sensitivity was helping the quality of what I put out. I may continue to make videos based on the news that is announced, just in different formats that are more friendly to make at a given time. I will have a link to most of the AST articles from the 7th and onward in the description. Thank you for listening.